Sergio, the question is, Herrera
All right, here
looks
we go.
inspired. He looks energetic. Does he have enough skill and energy at his age and having been through the wars to keep this kid off of him?
He's proven that he can take a punch. He's never been knocked out. Now, if he can escape and go the distance with a man that all of his wins have been by.
Right, so basically, in the first round, you're just trying to fill out your opponent. I wasn't trying to rush myself, especially with him, because I've seen what he can do. You know, he's pretty good at not getting hit.
He lost 8 rounds to 4. One judge had it even.
I like to keep my guard up, try not to show any openings.
Certainly could have won on the cards. I didn't think it was some grand ripple.
Little feints here and there.
Make the case that Herrera did enough to win that fight. That would have changed his life completely.
And he's trying to throw little feints, and what I'm trying to do is not react to them.
Straight robbery. And I thought he deserved the benefit of the decision against Jose Benavidez later that year as well.
He talked about it. We were speaking to him this week, and we said, hey, do you still have dreams of being a world champion? He said, I don't think about that. He goes, once my dream was smashed.
Mauricio was trying to show little openings by throwing the jab, trying to fake the jab, throwing downstairs and everything, but I'm just trying not to budge. He's trying to hold me and just push him off.
This is not just 2 wins off his resume, but millions of dollars either in rematches or future fights that he doesn't.
I think I saw his hand down, so I was trying to see how I was going to put that right over.
Already, Sergio, he is able to keep Vergil slightly at bay, right? Change the timing.
I don't think that he kept me at bay. I think I was the one that was trying to keep him from landing what he wanted to land. Because right now, like I said before, I wasn't trying to take him out yet. I was just trying to figure out, like, you know, what his rhythm was, what his habits were.
Ortiz hurt him there with a hook.
My corner said he was hurt right there. I mean, he probably was. And it landed pretty hard, but you know, I didn't want to rush into it.
Quick with his hands, yet he's skilled. He is not just some slugger walking in there. He's got a solid amateur background. Got 140 amateur wins. And that's turning pro at 18. So imagine if he had just stayed on. He would have been more of a highly decorated amateur. So he turned pro early. Still has tremendous experience. And you can see
trying to stop some people on the rope.
He walks into the ring. He's calm and he's focused.
He's an impressive young man, inside and outside the ring. He says all the right things. Came to the fighter meeting, just awesome young man and talented.
Yeah, look, and he plays the piano. He's just not dabbling. He's just, I play a little bit. He spends hours. He says it might be 2-3 times a week, but it's 4 hours.
Yeah, I do spend hours on the piano. It's fun.
He said, look, I'm just a kid. He goes, outside of the ring, I'm kind of stupid. I just hang out with my friends. But
yeah, sometimes.
On what's important.
Oh, a little jab into there.
Turned him into a highly regarded prospect. And now he gets a co-feature here in Las Vegas.
You see, when someone grabs you and they're trying to slow down the rhythm and you just push them off, you know, it kind of makes them feel like, oh, what do I do? Like, it's been there.
But certainly give Ortiz something to think
about. It was a pretty good round. I thought I won it. You know, we just needed to pick it up a little bit from here. I started seeing you know, some of the opening spots, and only capitalized on it in the second round.
No respect to this. Come on, let's go. Work and you do your job. This dude has 1 point.
This is how I learned my Spanish, to be honest.
That's it. Close up your guard and flex your waist. How you feeling? Good, good. He wants to do that. So when you clinch him, don't let him go.
See, that's what I'm saying. You can't. I try my best to not people clinch me. As soon as they clinch me, my hands are right here ready. I can just push them off.
Chris Mannix here ringside at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Canelo Alvarez and Daniel Jacobs up next. This is Vergil Ortiz Jr. against Mauricio Herrera. What do you think of that first round, Sergio?
I love what I've seen. Ortiz.
I think for this fight, I was trying to keep my distance the whole time because I didn't want him to grab me or, you know, start landing some weird shots.
Young man, every shot is hard, but he's not trying to put too much power behind it. He punches with technique.
Ortiz coming in with a little more purpose here at the start of round 2. You know, he said, look, this is my 5th time on the undercard of Canelo.
So yeah, how Mauricio tries to do that little thing with the left hand.
He
You know, I can tell what's going to be a punch and what's not. So
can't even imagine that. He's looking to make this a big win and a big statement in his career. Herrera, no joke, comes off a loss to Saddam Ali, who lost earlier tonight. But it was competitive. If not on the card, certainly in the rhythm of the ring. You wonder how much he has left. Herrera thought he got hit in the back of the head. Looks to whack Ortiz a little bit. It's going to take everything he has, you get the sense, to keep Ortiz at bay.
Now you look at the polish of Ortiz, and you have to remember, too, at that Robert Garcia boxing
I'm
academy,
trying to one of
he's
those.
been in there with Mikey Garcia, Lucas Matisse, Jose Ramirez. His sparring is elite during most of these training camps, so he's used to difficult opponents.
Herrera said, look, I've got to get him to miss. I have to get him to question himself. I don't see him questioning himself yet, but he's not getting run out of the ring.
Ortiz told us
He hit me after the break. I was like, hold on.
For it to go some rounds. He knows that Herrera has never been stopped. So if he can stop him in the early rounds, it'll just be a big statement on Vergil Ortiz's part.
Well, he said,
I wasn't trying to stop him either. So basically, I thought this whole fight was going to go the distance. And, I mean, you see right now, but nothing went as planned, basically.
Come up with different dimensions, different answers. And Herrera can force you to another level.
Great right-hand counter there by Ortiz that caught Herrera's attention. But yeah, if he can go rounds, that's great. How about a 9th round knockout or a 10th round knockout? That way he can still get the rounds and still keep that unblemished.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Late round, late knockout.
Trying the jab to the body, you can see Ortiz has a long jab and it's hard. Comes in.
Let him go, stop. No knockdown.
Okay, that there wasn't my fault. You know, he had his head down, and so basically I had to protect myself from him coming up, maybe with like an uppercut or him coming up and hitting me with his head. So that's basically what that was about. It's better safe than sorry. Like right here, throw a jab and he reacts to it. He threw another jab, so I just come on right over it. I saw it happening in slow motion, so I just capitalized on it while he's hurt, and then the fight ends with him down. And then the round ends with him down.
5, 6, 7, 8.
A lot of people wouldn't have noticed that little reaction to it, but I was like, if he does it again, then I'm going to catch him. That's exactly what I did. I went right over his jab.
Surviving that, and he'll need the full minute. A wicked attack from Vergil Ortiz.
That is the definition of saved by the bell.
That was an onslaught of punishment there by Vergil Ortiz, just punishing combinations.
Mauricio, you're waiting for him to catch you with that right. Come on, use your jab. How you feeling? Okay? Another round?
It doesn't show the first jab where I set him up, but yeah, I came right over it. I was already throwing it before his punch even ended, because I knew what he was going to do.
Didn't let the veteran hold on. He stepped back, and then he came with the onslaught of punches, not forgetting the body. Just a vicious attack there on the 38-year-old Mauricio Herrera.
Yeah, I was putting my whole body into those punches.
Ortiz, and you see how quickly he can turn things in this fight. I mean, he's just classy with the jab, hard right hands. Everything is hard and nasty.
Classy and educated, Brian, because Ortiz, he knows the veteran is going to try to hold on when he's hurt, but he didn't let him. He stepped back and continued the punishment.
So basically, if you end around with a knockout and a knockdown, and you start the next round, you know, you got to be poised about it. You can't just go in there throwing anything you want to throw and think you're knocking out, because, you know, let's say you don't, you gas out. That's not what you want. So I was trying to keep myself calm and pick my punches. Good a right body hook there, and I did the same thing to come between. I just went down and I threw it right, and that was it. I didn't think that, like I said, I didn't think I was gonna knock him out this early. I expected to go to the forward 10, 12 rounds. It was probably 10 rounds. Right there, I'm not sure what I told him, but you know, I mean, a lot of respect to him. You know, he's a great fighter. Should have been world champion multiple times. And yeah, I mean, I just did what I did in there. My boy Roger.
Clinically, Herrera was out on his feet.
I think the knockout probably would have looked better if the ropes didn't like catch him a little bit, because he was falling straight down. I was talking to Devin right there. I talked to Devin. Yellow Hoya.
Very quickly. got hit hard multiple times. Ortiz with a sensational win against a durable, crafty veteran. Herrera, again, has never been stopped. And he's been there with Mike Alvarado, Pablo Cesar Cano, Jesus Soto Caras, Saddam Ali most recently.
And you know what? For the whole camp, we were training on that one specific punch, and they ended up knocking him out. I swear, me and my dad just the whole time, dip right, dip right. You can see it in Ellie's video sometimes that we can practice on it. But no, maybe like about 2 hours worth of that whole camp was probably that dip right, which is trying to perfect it, trying to get the little details down. You should dip right here. Well, I didn't really dip on that one, but it was more of a thing. The first knockdown was a dip. Yeah, I was trying to keep my distance. I kept it a little too good right there. My hook barely missed. See what I meant? You see that little dip? It was just a little faint on that one, but usually I'll dip a little more. If you can see right there, I knew he was knocked out. I was throwing my left punch, but I didn't see the need to throw it, to land it, so I pulled it back. There's no point in hitting him again if he was already knocked out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at the official time. 29 seconds. Round number 3. Your winner by KO victory from Texas and still undefeated, Vergil Ortiz Jr.
Yeah. So here's another angle. I believe this was a knockout. So here's the little dip coming up right now. Because his hand was down, and I just tried to avert his attention real quick from his body, and I landed a straight right, and he was out. But I didn't know I hit him with that last punch. I guess I did hit him with that last punch, but I was pulling it because he was already out, and yeah, that was that. Yeah, he can box. I think for those first 3 rounds, your conditioning doesn't matter a whole lot. I mean, it does, but in that fight, we weren't like banging from right off the bat. So I think that he was, I think he was good, despite his age or whatever. He was more than capable. It came down to smart. It was a chess game. I pretty much knew what he was gonna do. After the first round, what his goals were, what he was trying to do. It didn't come down to our physical capability. It was all mental. He was the smarter move maker. This is Vergil Ortiz. I hope you enjoyed this little live that I did with you guys, and I'll see you soon for the next one.